Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favourite breweries' first ever canned beer. That's right, this may come as a bit of a surprise, but one of my favourite breweries ever that I talk about all the time, Blue Monkey Brewery here in Nottingham, well, they've never done a canned beer until now. They are a fairly traditional brewery by most metrics, the styles they produce, the fact it's all in 500ml bottles, when they sell to pubs it's always on cask. They give that vibe, but actually the beer they produce, for the most part, is relatively progressive, at least for a more traditional fronted brewery. This, however, makes a mark that steps them firmly into moving on with the times, which I say that like they're behind the times. I'm not sure always with the times is necessarily a good thing, but we're here anyway. So yeah, here we go. It's a brand new beer 4-can. They've not just repackaged their old ones, and it's called American Hazy. Before we get into it, here is a quick look at the can. The traditional Blue Monkey is gone. We've got some funky artwork. This is leading very craft-esque forward now. But yeah, that's pretty much it, other than a little bit of blurb on the back. And yeah, American Hazy. Let's get into it. Before we do though, I just want to say American Hazy is an interesting name. They didn't say American Hazy Pale or American Hazy IPA. This beer is 4.4%, so I think they've been clever. This, and I'll be totally honest, I have tried this already. It's why I wanted to review it, because I'm a big fan. But it's 4.4%. Had they slapped the word IPA on there, especially with it being more of a modern interpretation, they may have got slammed for that a little bit, but it's probably a bit more than a pale, if that makes sense. So leave it open, American Hazy all the way. Let's do it. Appropriate glassware, of course. Don't worry, the original monkey is definitely going to be sticking around, at least here, for a while. In the glass then, you'd have to say, fantastic looking beer, nice golden, slightly darker gold colour, decent head retention, kind of solid one finger, close bubble white head. I think you can see what I'm going to say though, it's not really hazy. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not absolutely clear, but in a world of big, hazy, juicy deepers, calling it hazy may be just a little bit of a stretch. That said, I guess if you're used to filtering beer within an inch of its life for that traditional approach, then yeah, maybe it is a little bit. Right then, aromas. Grassy, citrus, lemon, sweet, orange peel. Definitely getting some hop aroma in there as well, and there's just a hint of a lingering malt biscuitiness that you know is going to round this whole thing out fantastically. All right, that's about it. So let's do it. Cheers. Wow. It is undoubtedly American influenced. It's robust, refreshing, bitter, really quite bitter actually. That first sip really gives you a bit of a smack, and just enough lingering sweetness to wrap it all together. An exceptional summertime beer for sure, and what this beer is doing that a lot of others don't is it's managing to mix those dominant elements together rather than have them come in succession. So normally you end up with a lot of citrus, then intense bitterness, then it sweetens off a bit, and then you get that nice malt backbone. But that's not doing that here. This is very different. So quick top to bottom taste test to try and explain exactly what I mean. So initially, slightly sweet, very citrusy, tropical fruits right at the front there. Then you get a bit of refreshing carbonation, a touch of bitterness that you'd expect out of like a quality German lager. But don't worry, that's about what it gets to in terms of lageriness. And then as you start to swallow, you get a lifting of almost intense bitterness. It gets to a point where you go, oh, this is getting proper, and then it just melts away. And as you sit there and kind of the second sip, you're thinking about it because you took you by surprise a little bit the first time, and you're going, that is intense. But the whole time there, it's got that biscuit undertone, which with the citrus, we're getting into like really heavily refreshing cheesecake territory here, and it doesn't really end. It just carries on, gradually fading out, and they keep competing. Bit of maltiness, bit of bitterness, bit of lemon vibe, just back and forth. It's got a piney element to it, that grassy that's on the nose. It sits definitely more towards a West Coast style. And for me, this is about the best UK interpretation of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale I've seen in a long time. A lot of people did it, but then tried to make it bigger and brasher and improve on what Sierra Nevada did. And that for me are the beers that I just don't like, to be honest. But with this, what they've done is taken all the core elements, which is the bitterness, you know, the stone tropical lemony fruits, the whole bag, and some solid malt base, and produce something refined. It spritzes, it goes up and down, it zigzags. There's lots of intensity in there, but never for too long, which ultimately just makes it a fantastically balanced beer. And then as you sit back and just let it rest, grassy, piney, little bit of that serious West Coast vibe just sticks around in the tongue, dries the palate out a little bit. But yeah, an absolutely stunning beer, that, I have to say. Right, let's take a quick look at this can. I feel like this is going to be quite a short session today on this artwork because, well, to be honest, you've seen most of it already. It says award-winning, well, it probably refers to their beers as a whole rather than this one. Blue Monkey, American Hazy, 4.4%. And the only information on here that you've not seen already is that the allergens are wheat, barley and oats. It's 440ml can. Their address in Giltbrook, Nottinghamshire. And there's 1.9 UK units in this can. Obviously, don't drink when pregnant or driving or anything else where it may be dangerous. That's it. It's just really vanilla. Well, not vanilla artwork, let's be honest, but it's not a convoluted can design. It's just, that's it. That's all the back is. It's simple, and to be honest, I love it. I love it. And I have to say, I think I'm properly in love with this beer as well. And I think a lot of people will know what I mean when I say the following. This isn't the best beer I've drank this year. It's not going to be the best beer I drink this year. It might make it into my top 10 for the year. It might not. I'm not sure. But that's not why I love it. I love it because I know now going forward that if I see this available in a pub or in can form, whenever I'm just looking for some beer, nothing specific, I'm always going to buy one, at least one, because it's that kind of easy drinking yet incredibly interesting combo that just makes it a core staple. So Blue Monkey, please keep making this and stuff like it, because whilst it may not be the most outspoken American pale IPA, whatever we want to call it, it's a damn good one. And that is all I have to say about it. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you haven't already, subscribe if you would be so kind. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers.